Hello, my name is Rebecca Benston, and I am the owner of Higher Ground Books and Media. It's an independent publishing company in Springfield, Ohio, and we write inspirational books. We put a lot of educational and empowerment resources out there for children and adults. And today I am interviewing one of our authors who has, I think, 6 or 7 titles with us, maybe. A whole lot of good stuff. Yasmin Brown. And she's going to tell us a little bit about the books that she writes and about herself and some of the other things she's working on. And we'll just hand it over to her. Yasmin, thanks for being with us.
Thank
And
you.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your background and what has brought you to writing and that sort of thing?
Thank you, Rebecca, for having me today. I first started writing as a child, and I used to write little poems. I'd say like roses are red, and then violets are blue, and then I would add my own blurb toward the end. Uh, so I think that I probably was about 8 or 9 then.
Mhm.
And then I stopped writing and I started writing again back probably about maybe about 2013, 2014, and that was more so journaling
Okay.
for just myself. And then by 2018 was when I first started writing, and I published my first book through
Okay.
Higher Ground Book and Media, and that book is called The Silent Destruction, in which that book tells a little bit about my life from a young child or young adult and being sexually assaulted, and how I was able to muddle through my feelings and emotions at that time. So, I have, I think, 5 books with Higher Ground Books and Media,
Hmm.
and I have 2 additional collaborations that were published outside of Higher Ground Books and Media. And one of my collaborations became an international bestseller, #1 bestseller actually on Amazon.
Hmm.
And right now, I own an organization or a company called Yari Elements, which helps women with self expression and personal growth. And I just love to write about overcoming and restoration because, from a self help perspective, I think that we go through a lot of different things and we need different steps and ways to help us kind of
Hmm.
get through the feelings and emotions that go with the traumas and tribulations of life.
Right. Right. All a lot of great things you have going on there. Um, I know that you had also written a children's book recently called The Icet of Friendship, and that was more toward anti-bullying and better relationships in middle school grades. I believe was the focus of that book. Can you tell us a little bit about your inspiration for that?
My children's book was inspired actually by my youngest daughter, who is now
Hmm.
13. She actually was getting bullied, I believe, in like second grade, and she was getting bullied by boys and girls.
Okay.
And sometimes, it would be a little more than words. It became physical, and I repeatedly kept, going back to the school. Hey, could you do this? Could you do that? And I wasn't getting any help at the time
Hmm.
through the school, so I kind of took my own navigation through the bullying process. So, um, the Iced of Friendship is a transition from elementary school to middle school, where the girls are now coming to, or the children are coming to a new school, and
Hmm.
they're nervous because these are older kids, and the only, they don't know anyone. And so they meet up with a couple of girls and they find themselves developing a new friendship in a new school and getting to know each other and just growing from being bullied in the elementary perspective to being embraced at in middle school. So it's a bullying, peer pressure, inclusion not exclusion book. So it takes the children through a lot of different things that happen either in transition of school or while they're continuing their education in elementary or middle school.
Okay. Great lesson for kids to read. And I know you had mentioned the Silent Destruction, and that is part of a 3-book series. And there's also a journal that is associated with that. So you can get all of those through the Higher Ground Books and Media shop and on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, I believe. I think they're all available over there. Um, and I believe, I want to say all 3 of those books are available on Audible
That is
as
correct.
audiobooks. Yes. Um, Trying to keep that straight in my head. I didn't want to misspeak. Um, so yeah, Yasmin's done a lot of great stuff with Higher Ground, and we're anxious to see what else is coming. Um, what genres do you like to read when you get a chance to actually read?
When I get a chance to actually read, I usually take on the avenue of reading 3 books at a time
Okay.
because I like to read self help books to keep um, self improvement going within myself and
Mhm.
growing my own self and getting in touch with my own feelings and emotions.
Mhm.
So I keep a self help book on hand at all times. Another thing that I like to read is more of a mystery because I'm always curious about different things and I like solving puzzles. So that's another genre that I read. And just like informative books would be a third book that I would take on. So I would toggle between at least 3 books until
Okay.
I'm finished because I like to stay informed. I like
Mhm.
to just, you know, the critical thinking aspect, and I also like to continue to help myself grow.
Okay. And do you have any special routines that you have when you're writing? Anything that you have to do in order to keep yourself focused and in the process?
I don't really have an actual routine, but I find that I have more of a flow when I'm writing. When
Hmm.
I have my headphones in, I'm listening to my gospel music, I'm
Hmm.
inspired, I'm sitting outside in nature or just in the park with my laptop, and I find myself being inspired more that way.
Okay. And let's see. Are you working on anything new right now?
Right now, man, I have 3 books. I'm toggling between 3 books right now, and I'm stuck at different places in those 3 books. Uh, one of which I do hope in the future becomes a movie. So I'm kind of working all that in the works when I'm writing the story to kind of
Mhm.
tell it in enough detail that it can play out in a movie as well. So fingers crossed that they'll be coming out pretty soon.
All right. I'm the same way. I have several in the works, and they've just been stalled at various points throughout this last year. I tried to write more during the pandemic and being locked down and everything, but I didn't do as much as I thought I would. I was
Mhm.
thinking, sure, this is the time I'll use to get those books done, and I'll have all this stuff out there. But I didn't manage to finish one of the books that I had attempted to finish. So evidently, it wasn't time. I don't know. Um, so, do you have a website that people can visit and learn more about you and your company and the things that you're doing?
You can actually visit me on Facebook at Yari Elements. I have a business page, and then Yasmin Brown is my personal page. So either one of those pages is it will give you more insight into myself as well as my business. Also, Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads. I'm on Goodreads, so you can find out whatever I'm reading, my latest book, um, and as well as Amazon or Higher Ground Books and Media. You can read up on me on those websites as well.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything else you want to share while we have you here?
Uh, I don't have anything else. I just would like to say to everyone to take care, enjoy life, and be the best you that you can be.
Definitely. That's good advice. So, you can get all of Yasmin's books from Higher Ground Books and Media, except for the two that there were done outside. So all the ones that she published with us, you can get those on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, and in the Higher Ground Books and Media shop. And then check out her websites, her Facebook pages, and everything to get information on the other two. And trying to think. Not sure about events. I don't know if anybody's had any events going on lately. I know I haven't. So, but if you do, let me know and I will post those on our page so that we can let everybody know where you're at. Um, any kind of interviews or anything, we'll try to make sure we get the word out. We get a little jumbled up because it's the we that I'm talking about is just me. But so I get jumbled up a little bit, but yeah, it's everything is available on our site, and you can find more information about all of the authors that we have there, and all of the great stories that they have told. So, um, we'll call you back for another interview soon, as soon as we figure out where we're going with all of our different videos and things that we're trying to make. Um, but thank you for being here and answering our questions and just tolerating the craziness that is WebEx and the internet. So, but yeah, that's all we have for today. So take care and thanks for listening. And we'll talk to you soon.
You're welcome. Bye. See you, Rebecca.